Hey guys, it's Lauren. I just decided to start this tonight and post a bunch of stuff and kind of my journey so you all can know my process through all of this and what I've gone through, so maybe it can help you. At this point, I have had 3 surgeries in 14 months, 1 fusion, and then other kind of maintenance surgeries, and then after a CAT scan yesterday, we found out the fusion didn't work. It's actually in fragments. So I am going to see a new neurosurgeon hopefully in the next week to get his opinion and see what we need to do. So the journey's kind of just starting. I'm going to document this next surgery because surgery is required to fix it, and there's a bunch of other problems. 3 bulged discs, stenosis on sides and back, 2 sides, both sides, left and right, in different areas, lateral recess, foraminal stenosis, just different things. So there's some concerns there. So it's actually the worst CAT scan I've had so far, and I've had a bunch of them, so this will make 4 surgeries in 16 months. The fusion's going to have to be fixed, and I also think my fusion was at L5S1 last time, and I think that's going to extend to L4, L5 too this time. So anyway, I will post again soon and kind of as the journey keeps going. So if you have questions though, go ahead and submit them to me because I've had plenty of surgeries, plenty of tests. I've vacillated back and forth of what to do a million times before going under for another surgery. I've done chiropractic work, physical therapy, injections, acupuncture, which I am still doing once a week right now. Nerve conduction study tests, because I've had numbness before, and I currently have numbness in my right leg to the point that my foot has dropped. And at times I have to use a cane because I'm tripping often. My foot's not picking up like it should, and that's since the last surgery. So my first surgery, I'll just give you a quick run through, was done by a neurosurgeon, minimally invasive, and that actually was the worst experience of my life, and it actually made it worse. So that was in November of 13. I went back to work after 3 months, and then lasted till about October of 13, and started having problems again. And then I lasted till about February of 2014, and then I had surgery in March. That was my fusion. That was done by an orthopedic surgeon. Like him, thought it went well. I didn't take enough time off as I should have. I went back to work after 12 weeks after a fusion, and it was pretty labor-intensive work, so shouldn't have done that. I went back to work in June. I lasted till October and started having serious problems again. My surgeon thought I was crazy, but we did the CAT scan, and it came back that there was more problems, and the problem wasn't fixed, and it had gone to different levels. So I had another surgery in December. I didn't have a fusion. We just did a bunch of laminectomies, just decompression, and made room for the nerves. And then I got to about 15 weeks this last time, and then started having problems again. Again, my surgeon thought I was crazy, but I just had a CAT scan last Tuesday and got the results on Thursday, and the results are actually the worst I've ever had. So the fusion has not taken. It hasn't taken to the point they can barely see it on the CAT scan, and it's in fragments, so that can be dangerous. But with the fusion not working, it's not doing what it should do, which is, solidifying into one bone, holding the whole vertebrae separated by the metal cage and making more space for the nerves. It's not doing that, so left and right sides have collapsed at L5S1 and L4, L5. I have 3 new bulged discs all the way up to L2, L3. and then lateral recess stenosis, foraminal stenosis, thickening of the flavum. Let's see what it says. I'm saying it totally wrong, but it's a difficult word. Thickening of the ligamentum flavum. I was kind of close. And that's actually I looked it up tonight. It's a soft tissue structure, kind of like a cartilage and tendon that is on the inside towards the spinal cord, kind of as a cushion for that. And when it thickens up, it actually can push on the spinal cord and cause nerve symptoms and actually like loss of function. And so that might be why my right leg is numb, instead of maybe just having a problem after the last surgery. So that'll be interesting if that is the problem, because I would like my leg not to be numb. It's numb from like mid-shin down. So I can't tell when I put my shoe on. Can't tell. I just had acupuncture done on Thursday. Can't tell when he puts the needles in or hooks electricity up to it. I can't feel it. So the other thing is I can't walk correctly. I'm tripping up the stairs. I'm catching my foot as I'm walking often. And I've gotten to the point where I've been walking consistently every day 2 to 3 miles. So, and my surgery was in December, and I've been doing that for a couple months now. So the walking side is good. If you can see this chair I'm sitting in, yeah, I've been sleeping here since December 10th. I have not slept in a bed since December 10th. It's kind of like a zero gravity chair, but this one's just a glorified lawn chair from Big Lots that one of the ladies from my Bible study got me, and total lifesaver. So through 2 surgeries, this is where I have been. I have taken 2 egg crates just from Walmart. They're like $7 a piece. The twin ones, cut them to fit the chair. Put a blanket over it, as you can see. You know, and they have the head things back here. So it actually works to hold the pads in it. You just tuck it behind and it'll stay. And then I'm sitting on a pillow, and I have a pillow behind my back. And then when I go to sleep, I put another pillow behind my head and a little travel pillow, and it goes all the way back to where your feet come up in a reclined position, so it gets the pressure off your low back. So if anyone is having problems sleeping in a bed and you want to try an alternative to sleeping in a bed, if you're so sick of propping up pillows, sleeping on your side, moving pillows, trying all funky positions to sleep in, and you're waking up hurting and you can't get comfortable to even sleep, I would suggest getting a chair like this and seeing if you like it. It helps just to sit in. I sit and do my homework here because I go to school online, and I can go, and it locks, so you can go as far back as you want or not as far as you want, and lock it, tighten it down, and it'll stay in that position. So when I'm doing homework, I'll kick back a little bit to get the pressure off my back, but still be sitting up. And then when I go to bed, I go all the way back, and it's comfortable. And that's why I'm still in the chair. I've attempted to sleep in my bed 4 times since December, and I would say 2 out of the 4 times I slept from like 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning in the bed, and I still had trouble. So I came back to my chair, and that's probably where I'll be through this surgery and after. So I'm sure by the time I'm hopefully healed and doing better, it'll probably be a year of being in this chair, which is fine. But back surgery, especially spinal fusion, is a serious undertaking and very scary. Every time I've gone through it 3 times now, not a fusion, but 3 back surgeries. And every time I'm stressed out before the surgery. And there's so much that just goes into preparing before the surgery. You know, electrodes hooked to your hands and your ankles so they can monitor the functioning of your central nervous system, which is great and comforting that they're doing it, but the wires everywhere, you know. The doctor's talking to you, the anesthesiast's talking to you, seeing the surgery room, which I prefer, for myself, I prefer to go in and actually see the room and be conscious and like talking to them. I don't want to be put out before I go into the surgery room. It's just it's a thing I have. Maybe some of you would be like, give me the drugs, knock me out before I even see the room. I just prefer to go in the room and have a sense of my surroundings and what's going on. They usually do give you a little medicine before just to calm you down and relax you if you're telling me of anxiety or you're upset or you're scared. They do a pretty good job of that. So if any of you have questions, go ahead and shoot me a question. I'm home. I'm not working right now because of my situation. So I have the time to answer them. And like I said, I've had 3 surgeries in 14 months so far. By the time I have the 4th, it will be 16 months, I'm sure. Hoping to see this new neurosurgeon within the next week and a half and go from there. So I've had 1 fusion done at L5S1. I have bulged discs all the way up to L2, L3 and down. Different kinds of stenosis at different levels. Some are on both sides, some are on one side. So different things like that, and some new problems that I didn't think would come up, but they have. And the biggest problem right now being the fusion hasn't taken. And when my fusion was done, we used cadaver bone. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, I will post as this journey continues. Hopefully the neurosurgeon will be this next week. I do acupuncture again on Thursday. If you have serious back problems and you haven't tried it, I was so nervous to try it. I suggest you do because it felt amazing yesterday. And I'm on so much pain medication, which I hate. And yesterday I didn't even use half the amount I use on normal days. So it's been pretty good. All right, talk to you later. Bye.